Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy DLloyd. So the Los Angeles Lakers, they are a team, in my opinion, that's going to be somewhat active when it comes to roster moves and improvements before the trade deadline. I wouldn't necessarily say it's all going to be trades, but they're going to be active, and I think they are going to try to find one or maybe two pieces to improve this team. Now, the Lakers still the first place team in the Western Conference, but there are ways that they could improve as a ball club. I think they could use some more outside shooting, better outside shooting. I think they could use another playmaker. I think those are really the main guys, ball handlers, but those are really the main weaknesses of the Lakers. I think interior defense is great. We've seen that from LA. We've seen them being able to score in the paint as well. I just think more consistent shooting and better playmaking, I think, could go a long way for LA. We've seen Rajon Rondo. I don't think he is necessarily the answer. He's not terrible, but he has been exposed in some big games for LA. And I think maybe they're aware of this and they could be looking to improve that at some point. Now, currently, a bunch of rumors about Kyle Kuzma potentially being traded. Now, one of those teams that we do know who is interested is the Chicago Bulls, a team that is very interested in a Kyle Kuzma, but they're doing what every team around the league is doing and should be doing, and that's doing their due diligence, right? Calling up these teams, seeing what the asking price is, and seeing how willing the other team is to trade that guy. This just happens to be the Bulls calling up and seeing if Kyle Kuzma is available and what the asking price is. Of course, for the Lakers, they are saying all of the right things. They're saying that Kyle Kuzma is a guy that they value as somebody who's part of their core for the long haul. But a lot of teams say that, right? A lot of teams say that about players, and then ultimately he gets shipped out. But I don't think the Lakers are just talking. I don't think the Lakers are just saying these things to say it. And if you go by what they're saying, their actions and their actions from the last year or two, the Lakers truly believe Kyle Kuzma is a core. Now, we do know his role with the team has regressed some, right? He has taken a smaller role with the addition to Anthony Davis. But the Lakers weren't willing to really move Kyle Kuzma for Anthony Davis. They rather move Brandon Ingram, rather move Lonzo Ball. Kyle Kuzma was really the non-negotiable this offseason. I think that's the case. I think the Lakers ultimately, they hold on to Kyle Kuzma. Now, of course, anything could always happen. If the Lakers got a crazy offer they just can't refuse, of course, they're not dumb. They will take it. But realistically, I don't see the Lakers trading Kyle Kuzma. Now, I know a lot of you guys are going to say, yo, what's up with Kyle Kuzma and LeBron and his trainer and LeBron? I don't think it's as big of a deal as some people are letting that on to be. I think, of course, that's not good. You know what I mean? I'm sure Kyle Kuzma and LeBron, well, not sure. I know they had a conversation about his trainer's comments, but I think that's water under the bridge. I think they're okay. I think they will be able to still coexist. I think they'll still be able to have that common goal, which is the NBA championship, and things will be fine. Kyle Kuzma needs to find his role where he's 100% comfortable, because we've seen Kyle Kuzma coming off the bench and we've seen him go crazy and save the Lakers in some games. And then we've seen him where he's kind of been MIA or hasn't really been too impactful on the court. But I think ultimately for the Lakers, Kyle Kuzma stays and look elsewhere to improve the team. Now, where's elsewhere? Where else do they go? Well, Darren Collison, right, the retired point guard who already announced that he'll be willing to come back around February. And the two teams he's looking at are the Clippers and the Lakers. Out of those two teams, which one is more realistic? Which one can you realistically see signing Darren Collison? I would say that leans more towards the Lakers than it does the Clippers. And here's why. I have reasons behind it. For the Clippers, if they sign him early to mid-February, they'll be able to sign him for $960,000, $956,000, somewhere around there, right? The Lakers, on the other hand, because they have the exception from Boogie Cousins, they'll be able to sign him for $1.75 million. So already right there, you get a slight advantage to the Lakers. Now, of course, Darren Collison has made a lot of money in the league. Maybe he's not worried about the paycheck. Maybe that doesn't, factor into the decision ultimately at all. Fine, I'll give you that. You then look at fits. You then look at the role that can be offered. And to me, the Lakers surprisingly could offer a larger role to Darren Collison than I believe the Clippers can. Because you know Pat Bev's going to get out there. He's going to log in his minutes because of his defense prowess. You know Lou Williams is going to come off the bench. He's going to log in his minutes. For the Lakers, what are their weaknesses? Outside shooting, being somebody who could ball handle and play make for him, right? Darren Collison should be able to help in just about all those aspects for Los Angeles. Granted, as long as he's the same player that we've seen before out of Darren Collison, which I believe he hasn't been out that long, he should be close to it, right? So for the Lakers, I think they feel that Rajon Rondo could potentially be a liability, right? We've seen him exposed in big games. I think, those games where they're playing teams that they should be able to blow out, he's fine. Those big games, he doesn't really defend at a high rate. We know, he's not going to be a consistent outside shooter. There are games where he knocks down some shots, but he's not a consistent guy, right, at the outside. And, like I said, he's not the best defender at this point in age. And when he gets the ball tends to stick in his hands as opposed to move. When he comes off the pick and roll, he's not really a huge threat to score. And I think that hurts the Lakers pick and roll game with the Rajon Rondo. When LeBron James comes off the pick and roll, he's trying to go to the basket. More than likely, he'll pass the ball, but he's a threat, right? He could go to the basket, he could shoot, he could score. I think Darren Collison coming off the pick and roll, he's a threat. He could pass the ball, he could potentially score. You have to play honest when it comes to those. You don't do that really with Rajon Rondo. Alex Caruso, fine player, fan favorite. Darren Collison to me, better player than Alex Caruso. It doesn't really not up to debate, at least in my opinion. As long, once again, there is the caveat, Darren Collison needs to be the player that we believe he could be, right? The player that we've seen for the last 10 years plus in his career. So ultimately, I think the Lakers go out and they try to get a Darren Collison. I think they have the edge over the Clippers to get a Darren Collison. And I think if that's where the Lakers want to go, I think that option is certainly there. We also always have Andre Iguodala, who could potentially be a guy that the Lakers decide to go out and get. But we're waiting on Memphis. We're waiting to see what Memphis will do. Whether or not they'll just flat out buy him out, let him be a free agent. If they still want to trade him, we don't know that situation as of yet. But for me, I think the Lakers hold on to Kyle Kuzma despite all of the rumors. Kyle Kuzma, I think, stays with the Lakers. Darren Collison, I think, is a viable option for the Lakers. And if they don't get Iguodala, I definitely think they go with Darren Collison. And that's really it. I don't see the Lakers going out and making flashy trades. I don't see them going out and doing things too drastic. I think they kind of stay packed, just get one, maybe two new players, and they make the run at an NBA Finals. But you guys let me know how you guys feel about this in the comment section below. Do you think the Lakers will trade Kyle Kuzma? Do you see a scenario where they will actually do that? Do you see Darren Collison being an option for the Lakers? Do you think they go out and get Andre Iguodala whenever Memphis decides to let him go or whatever they decide ultimately to do with them? I would love to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. It's your boy DLloyd. I'm see you next time. Peace.